Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently actually making a push out over this direction. And the goal here is to encircle these guys out over here. We will see if we manage to do this or not, but for right now we're focusing on attacking this area, and we'll see if we're able to push our way in here. Taking Rostov-on-Don would be fantastic, of course, but supplies out over here are a little bit thin, and we will see how that ends up going. Now, we do have a logistics hub here that we can motorize, but that's not going to reach all the way out over this direction. We have these two ports, which help, but what we really need, of course, is Rostov-on-Don and this location here. There's a logistics hub here, here, here. All three of these are controlled by Ukraine at this time, so we gotta solve that. We're pushing our way in here, and this is the primary focus, although Rostov-on-Don is pushing right now. Okay, that just flipped over into losing, but that's okay for the moment. So the real danger here is that they try to collapse our line on this side, right? And to that end, I'm thinking about bringing these guys up. So removing all of their orders, and that would be removing this guy's orders. Moving this into this army group and then just positioning them up over here for right now. That's one way to go. I'd love it if you managed to move through that path, but that seems a little dangerous. Maybe instead you should just... Why? Why is this a connection from here to here? It's trying to go all the way around. It can't do that. At the very least, make your way up over here. I want them to be a little bit more in position because I feel like we need more infantry up on this line at this moment. So that's what we're doing for now. And to that end, I also want to get this infantry unit in here. There we go. And then we'll just have this move out into a special reserve out over here. Okay, so that seems relatively fine for now. So as far as Rostov-on-Don goes, this is potentially going to be good. But supplies over here are definitely not the greatest. I'd love to take this point, because that would make it so that we can attack both of their logistics hubs here. Actually, no, we wouldn't quite be able to reach this one. I thought that this was in this tile, but no, it's up here. Okay. So that's noted. And we're going to be bringing these additional reinforcements up pretty soon here. I'd really like to get them out over this way. Where are they right now? Okay, so this is them, and they are going to want to make their way up over here. I'm going to tell them to just area defend for now. Actually, I'm going to just area defend Crimea here. So they should be on their way over there. In theory. I just want to get them up into this area so it's less time for them to transfer over. Okay, so we're just continuing to press through here. The Ukrainians should still be at 0 manpower, which we expect, assuming they haven't managed to get off of service by requirement, but they should not be eligible to do this. If they do, at this point, it's clearly cheating, but we will see. We will see if the AI decides to cheat. For right now, we're just going to continue to push in this area, and it should be okay as long as we get one of these supply hubs. Rostov-on-Don would be the dream. They have a lot of forces there right now. So I want to check in on our dig-in over this direction. Yeah, that's fine. We're still needing to work on a lot of these areas, but it's okay. So we're still working on digging in behind these lines. That's understood for now. This attack here is still quite successful, and I want to keep doing this. This is going to whittle down their forces a lot by doing an attack like this, because they're constantly retreating and reinforcing this, so that's going to be very good. Lend-Lease from Maghreb? No thank you. Get out of here. Okay, so we've got these guys starting to make their way up. They'll get up onto Crimea fairly soon. That's fine for now. We just don't want to leave gaps open in our line here. That's what we're angling for. Okay, so the real question here is, are we going to see any progress over this way? Well, we know that they still have a lot of manpower deployed, right? They're out of manpower in their pool. That doesn't mean that they're out of manpower. Also, this naval base is still level 1. Are we upgrading this? We're not. Okay, we should be doing that. I'm also going to build a logistics hub here, just in case we don't actually get Rostov-on-Don captured, or any of this captured before we move in over here. So we're going to get that started, just in case. So we've got these 2 infantry divisions. They're going to go into our infantry reserve for the moment. And yeah, we're just going to continue pressuring this area for right now. Absolutely fine. Bypassing Rostov-on-Don isn't the worst of ideas here. We might consider doing that. The real question, of course, is, are we going to see any actual progress over here? We're just continuing to whittle down the Ukrainian manpower. You can see their fighting strength is dropping. No doubt about that. Over this direction, their fighting strength is remaining fairly even, so that's understood. And apparently we're embarking here and going here via sea. There's a crossing here. I'm not entirely sure why we're doing this, but okay. 18 of our units have arrived here, and we've got another 4 on the way in, so that will bring us up to 22. I'm not sure where the other 2 are. They're presumably around somewhere. Okay, is this all 24? Yes, that's all 24. Okay, now I'm going to assign them up over here. Yes, they're going to lose their area defense, and they're going to move in and start reinforcing this area. This is the problem, though. This is what I was concerned about. I don't want these guys to leave yet. They need to just hold off on that. Because these guys, they need to get into position here. I don't want to yield territory over here. So we need to say, no, stop leaving here. Stop leaving. Stop leaving. And the moment we unpause, they're going to start leaving again. I want them to wait until they're relieved and these areas are garrisoned, but they won't. So we just need to give it a little bit here. Keep an eye on their movement. Yeah, we need to stop it already. So they need to stop and just stay put for the moment. This is why I wanted to move troops up before we gave this order. I should have moved them even closer. Stop it. Stay put for now. Okay. We're getting closer. Stop it. This should, I think, be one of the final times that we have to order that. Okay. I'm going to stop this movement again one more time here. Our infantry are almost in position to hold this now. I'm going to stop these guys. I'm going to stop these guys. I'm going to stop these guys. And I'm going to stop these guys. But otherwise... Oh, I was going to stop them one more time. Unfortunate. We'll see if they take advantage of this. We've got forces moving in. I think we're going to get there in time. Yes. Okay. So we managed to pull that off remarkably. And out over this direction, I think we took this position, didn't we? We did. So supplies over here are continuing to be tough, and that's not particularly surprising. Or should I say surprising? I probably shouldn't say that. So I queued this up at the top of the queue because I expect this area to be of high contention. Okay, how long until we get that... 6 July at the current moment. 6 July is a while. No doubt about that. It's March right now. We're 25% through this. Okay. So at this moment, we may want to consider... Okay, we've got this decryption going still. That's fine. I do want to consider getting some war propaganda, heroism, and encouraging frugality going. That'll be fine. And at this moment, I want to check in and see where Ukraine is at in terms of manpower. They should be at 0. Yes, that is accurate. So now their total deployed manpower, well, we can see that from here. This is about the same as what it was before. So that's noted. But at this moment, I'm content with what's going on, which is honestly very little. There's very little happening, and that's probably for the best. This is mostly a supply issue at this moment. Now, this is a level 2 naval base, so this is giving some better supply over here. But mostly what we need is we just need to get this supply hub built. So that means digging in, and we're going to do exactly that. So I'm going to halt all of these attacks. No more are we on the offensive temporarily until July. So we're just going to dig in here, and we will resume our attacks in July. To that end, I want to delete these offensive lines, and we'll create new ones. So I want to grab our tank units here, and the offensive line here is basically just... I do want to contain this, if we can. It's basically up to this river here. And in, like, that. That's this offensive line. So I'm not going to order that attack right now, and that's going to be done, at least for the moment, primarily... What is going on here? They just started massively moving people. Okay, there's something going on here. Where are they moving to? They're not in another war, are they? I think we would have seen that pop up. No, they're not. They're kind of abandoning these lines, though, in a sense. There's a distinct strategic repositioning happening here. That's for sure. Well, we've got this position right here, and I want to make sure that that's being built. Yeah, all of these are being progressed. Okay, that sounds good. So we're just going to dig in here right now, and I have no idea where they're redeploying to. But apparently they have decided that this is fine. And sure, I guess that's okay. So for the moment, we're just going to allow them to continue to wear themselves down over this direction. These attacks are maybe going to be net negative for them, maybe net positive. We don't want to keep off of the attack for too long here. The only reason we're not attacking right now is because of our supply issue. So we need to get that solved. And that's just a matter of time. So that seems fine. They're continuing to attack over here, and as soon as we get these logistics under control, we're going to launch this new offensive operation. That, of course, is going to take a little bit. They can't attack this location for the moment, and this will be done on 12 June at this point. That's actually earlier than anticipated. I like it. That's very, very good. So 12 June of 65, so it's currently 20 April. So we're only looking at a couple weeks here. This is also, of course, buying us a little bit of time for continuing to stockpile our tanks and our mechanized, which we are actually still, we still have a good stockpile of mechanized. So that looks good. I want to check in over here. How is the steel situation over here? Are we getting any of this steel? We control almost all of this province. 134. Wow. It's actually a lot. Beautiful. Yeah, we're actually getting it. That's kind of huge. So that's fantastic, and we're just going to continue to hold here then for about another month and a half. Unless it's moved up again. 7 June? I mean, that did move up a little bit. 7 June is good. That's only about a month away. So we'll chill here for about a month, and then we'll proceed as soon as we have some logistics. We know that their logistics hubs are nearby, we just can't quite capture them with our logistics in the situation that they are. Once we have a hub here, we'll capture their hubs, and we'll be in a really good spot. Now, we might get pushed back here relatively soon, and they're not really attacking over in this area right now. In fact, they're not really attacking much at all. I have a feeling this has to do with their manpower crisis. That and that big redeployment that we saw. So there's that. I think for the moment, this is absolutely fine. We want to make sure we have anti-air in any locations that we can, but we know that they don't really heavily use air power. So this is fine. We'll just get those built up. No problem whatsoever there. It is currently 20 May, and we are going to be having our logistics situation sorted very soon here. For June now. Cool. So that's, of course, because of our state infrastructure getting repaired because they're not attacking us over here. So that's absolutely wonderful. We're currently only about 8 days away. I don't think they can push this far in 8 days, even if they start an all-out attack at this moment. And we're going to start our all-out attack very soon. I do want to make sure that these guys... Okay, yeah, this is actually ideal in terms of where the tanks are concentrated. So that looks good. Okay, so it is now 1 June. Autosave is occurring, and we are just about ready to get this logistics hub online. This is going to be a huge deal for us. It's online now. Beautiful. It doesn't have a supply connection yet, but there it is, and we'll just get that motorized up, and we'll get our units resupplied. So I'm just waiting at this moment for their organization to improve, which will slowly happen. Okay, it's pretty much as good as it's going to get. So for right now, we advance. This is really focused on taking Rostov-on-Don first. And actually, that may not be a bad thing. Let's get these tanks in here. So they're moving reinforcements over this way. This battle is going in our favor right now. But it's going to be a long battle. That's fine. I'm going to assist the attack with these infantry units. We're starting to see them retreating from this area. Again, if Rostov-on-Don falls, this is a big deal. They do have logistics here. This is not the only logistics hub in this region, but this puts us in striking range of cutting off these guys, which again is huge. Yeah, they're definitely retreating some forces here. I assume they're going to bring more forces in soon enough. We're attacking a little bit out over here too, and we're actually winning that engagement, which is marginally surprising to me. We actually took that position. Okay, that's pretty neat. And we're working on pushing out this way even further. So this is going to be a very precarious sort of push for us. But honestly, I'm completely okay with this. They have a very narrow corridor that they can move through over here right now. So they've moved in additional reinforcements over here, but it's still looking good for us. Rostov-on-Don is weakening. They are moving reinforcements in, but these guys are not strong in this area. I really want to get Rostov-on-Don taken, like, right now. Freeing up these units would be huge. And that's exactly what we're looking at doing here. Yeah, they can't hold Rostov-on-Don. They just can't. It's going to fall here. They can try to bring in more forces, but this attack here is making that difficult. The only location they can bring forces in through is this one, and they're not. In fact, they're exfiltrating forces through that area. So that seems fine for the moment. They're trying to pack more units into Rostov-on-Don. We just pushed here. And we just pushed here. Which means that they only have this location right now. Get in here. Rostov-on-Don just fell. That's a huge deal. We've got this infantry army here that could actually get some additional units. So we can take these and move them in here. That put us to 28 out of 30. Okay, we need some more infantry to fill that out, but for now, that looks good. Okay, so out over here, the fall of Rostov-on-Don is huge. Unspeakably huge. It's going to take us a little bit to get the logistics online, but we are about to cut them off over on this side. Okay, look at that. They're now cut off over here. Their only avenue is this naval base. And that's exactly where these tanks are going to push. At this time, we've got these guys over here, and they could start getting aggressive over here, but I'm not going to yet. Ukraine just broke our cipher. Okay, that's noted. We don't have a cipher breakage ready yet. Okay, so we're widening the salient out over here at this moment, and that's absolutely fine. What I really want to see is widening this. I also want to make sure that Rostov-on-Don is in a good situation here. How are we doing here? This is a level 4 railway connection. Okay, it's currently converting the gauge, and that'll be done in a day or two. We need to get this upgraded to level 5. Okay, there we go. That looks good. And we've got this hub up here as well. So let's get a connection here and get that upgraded to level 5. Okay, and then we'll motorize this hub. There we go. Now they're trying to attack us in Rostov-on-Don at this moment. And I would really like to push in over here. I'm going to use these tanks to do so as well. Excellent. So now we just need to hold this position and attack here. Okay, so far so good. This is a giant pocket down over here, by the way, if you didn't realize that. This is a very, very bad situation for them. So I'm going to use these guys to assist this attack if we can reach. This isn't actually an attack. There we go. Now we're going to attack here, and we're going to use these tanks to assist. Okay, it automatically did that. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. So we're going to push in over here. Our goal at this moment is to capture this naval base so that they can't get out via sea. That will mean that they have no escape route over here. So we're just going to continue to push in over this way. We're probably making some gains out over here. I don't really care. That's not all that relevant right now. As long as we're not taking losses. And to that end, I want to make sure that we are fortifying up this entire front over here. In about that order. Cool. So we'll get that going for now. That looks good. And we're struggling to push in over here. I want to assist this attack. I want to attack here. We need to take this position. And we're going to assist this with some infantry as well. They're really close to getting pushed out. And then we'll get this railway gun back. That'll be neat. We're under attack here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, they're holding this position for now. But it won't be for too much longer. As far as this goes over here, I don't really care about pushing over here right now. This is all fine. I'm not terribly concerned about this. And there's no logistics out over here. Okay. Gotcha. So that's completely fine for right now. I want all of these tanks committed to this. Get in there, tanks. Have they pulled forces from here yet? They're working on it. They're definitely working on it. We have 2 infantry divisions here, and they go right there. Beautiful. So that looks fine for now. We're being attacked over on this side, but that does not matter. Help out this attack. Okay, so we're going to continue to try to push in over on this side. They're shuffling their forces around over here a lot, and keep in mind, they do have some supply flow over here via this base. So that's fine, but their supplies are definitely very, very thin out over here. And they also have Yekaterina Dar, so there's that too. But if we can take this, which we're close to doing, then that's going to be a huge, huge deal. Let's get these infantry in here and see if we can get this done. It's getting so close over here. But they keep bringing additional reinforcements in. They can't do this forever. They absolutely cannot do this forever. And we kind of can. So there's that. I want these tanks to assist here. Or not. They just don't have the organization. Man, we're really struggling to push here. And I honestly don't know why. I feel like we should be able to get this fairly easily, given what we've experienced elsewhere. But okay, we are struggling to push in here. There was a unit retreating. But the jaws of this trap have been closed, largely. We just need to get this naval base under control. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to desperately attempt to push to here, and then we're just going to go ham on them. That's the idea. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.